On today's episode, should you force your employees to get vaccinated? Today's episode is brought to you by Engineering.com, a globally trusted source for engineering content. Check out this and many other exclusive videos for the engineering professional found only on Engineering.com TV today. As icons in U.S. business go, they don't get much bigger than IBM. And the CNBC headline said it all. IBM says all employees must be vaccinated or face suspension. Now, vaccine mandates for things like entering the country or flying in airplanes, well, that's been controversial enough, and the public service unions have been very vocal about this issue. In most places around the world, mass public vaccination is a given, and populations readily accept these public health measures. But America's different. Rugged individualism is the historic American cultural meme, and a large number of Americans have serious doubts about vaccine efficacy, safety, and the right of governments or institutions to demand compliance. Now, there's also a very large cohort of Americans who accept the science and have willingly taken the vaccines. Naturally, they have no issue with corporate or institutional vaccine mandates, and many are very vocal about people who disagree. Of course, to make vaccines work, a critical mass of people must take the shot, and experts I've heard this year are talking about uptake rates of not less than 70% to make the program effective. But outside of government mandates, what responsibility does American business have to prevent the spread of COVID-19 in their operations? OSHA has published an Emergency Temporary Standard, or ETS, that defines employer responsibility for preventing the spread of COVID in the workplace. Significantly, it applies only to the healthcare industry and specifically does not apply to other types of enterprise. And just as importantly, current OSHA rules do not require or even suggest a vaccine mandate from employers. OSHA's COVID-19 guidance does, however, remind employers that they are legally required to, in the words of the Enabling Act, furnish to each of his employees employment and a place of employment which are free from recognized hazards that are causing or are likely to cause death or serious physical harm to his employees. So what does that mean? It means that the business is liable for any serious physical harm that comes to an employee from a recognized hazard. Is COVID-19 a recognized hazard? Well, clearly yes. Could COVID-19 do serious physical harm? Clearly also yes. Now, from a liability perspective, should a workplace become the site of a superspreader event, or just a place where someone gets seriously ill or dies from COVID, whether the business is liable will be judged by a standard of reasonableness. And that standard is highly context dependent. If your job shop is in a neighborhood with a very high infection rate and you have employees known to have compromised immune systems, a vaccine mandate may be sensible in more ways than one. But if you have business-critical employees or a large number of your staff who simply refuse to take the shot, can you survive without them? These are tough choices. Now, what if you're facing employees that are adamant that they will not take the COVID-19 shot? Now, at IBM, they will be suspended without pay. Your business may not be able to afford to take that hard line. What would I do? Well, I'd bring in a healthcare expert to give a short talk to all staff explaining the importance and benefits of vaccines. Offer to give them paid time off as necessary to get the vaccine. Maybe even a little money as an incentive too. These things not only show that you care, in the very unfortunate event of an outbreak in your business, they also show a judge or a jury that you've taken every step short of a condition of employment to get your staff vaccinated. Now, it's possible that your insurance carrier may have a recommended policy, and it's probably worth making a quick call to find out. But what isn't a good idea is to wait for OSHA or some government agency to hand down a ruling. Even a frivolous lawsuit can be time-consuming and very expensive. Me? Well, I'm double vaccinated and I feel fine. And I'm most comfortable working with people who think the same way I do. Well, that's it for today's episode of End of the Line, brought to you by Engineering.com. If you like this show, be sure to subscribe to our channel and click on the notification bell for our next episode. For our deeper engineering video series for the manufacturing professional, visit Engineering.com TV to watch exclusive shows like Manufacturing the Future, not found here on our YouTube channel. The link is in the description below. Thanks for watching.